The title of my project is How Does Birth Order Affect Personality? There is a belief that behavior depends on the order of your birth. Firstborns are supposed to be conformists, which means they listen to parents and do what they're told, because they don't have to compete for resources or attention from parents. This favored status often gives them more authority among their siblings. Middle children may have to fight for attention and may rebel to get noticed. The youngest may have to compete for attention too, or they may get more attention for being born the last. Frank Sulloway made this case. He used surveys to measure rebellious behavior and then looked to see if there was a correlation between birth order and delinquent behavior. His results determined that middle children are most likely to exhibit this behavior and firstborns are the least likely. But the problem with these studies were that they were done between families, which means that it's hard to know if birth order is the real cause or if it's some other variable. In August of 2013, psychologist Patrick Cundiff picked out these variables. They included siblings, socioeconomic status, GPA, and parental involvement. When Cundiff recreated the Between Family study, he found that middle children were 33% more likely to exhibit delinquent behaviors, and last-born children were 20% more likely to exhibit delinquent behaviors than firstborns. In the within-family experiments, the relationship between birth order and delinquent behavior decreased and was no longer statistically significant. Only gender and parental involvement had an impact on behavior. Children who had a low level of parental involvement were more likely to engage in delinquent behavior. Then comes the question, are you a conformist or an innovator? Another idea is that the effects of birth order are manifested by expectations and norms set by parents. The second idea stated that birth order research was considered void because it went against Darwinian studies. But Sulloway explored birth order in a way that was parallel to Charles Darwin and his studies. When children are born, they seek to occupy a unique role in their parents' lives. As the number of children increase, the number of niches decrease. This causes later-born children to be more open to experiences and out-of-the-box thinking. Before, people thought it was the child driving the birth order effect. To test this theory, Sulloway took 28 of the most radical scientific theories and identified who supported it and who didn't. He predicted that later-borns would be more open to scientific innovations, and firstborns would support the status quo. His theory was supported 23 out of the 28 times, and all future studies had congruent results. Knowing this information will help us to understand each other better and improve our relationships, whether it's with our siblings now or with our future children.